guest is a very talented singer-songwriter from the great state of Texas, where he grew up working on cattle ranches. He fell in love with music and a few years ago ended up winning the Academy of Country Music Award for Best New Male Artist of the Year. You can buy his latest album, Parker McCollum, the Deluxe Edition, wherever you can get your music. Please welcome Parker McCollum, y'all.
How you doing?
I'm so good. I just had barbecue. It was amazing.
I saw that.
Very different from Texas barbecue, but I liked it. Yes.
It looked good.
Do you like barbecue?
I'm a barbecue connoisseur.
Oh my
I like to call myself.
It's so good, and especially at a Texas barbecue. I'm biased. I gotta ask about this album. I heard that. Did you actually come here to record it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What was the process like for this album?
Painstaking for about the first 6 hours. I cut the whole thing in 7 days.
Wow.
Did the whole thing in a week here in New York City. Never had recorded in New York City or anything.
Are you talking about just vocals, or are you talking about the whole? I'm like, that's a lot.
The whole deal.
Holy.
Yes, ma'am.
But let's talk about your single. So your latest single is "Killing Me," right?
Yes, ma'am.
I love that one too, and I don't know who decided or who landed on that sound for the guitar, but it feels so old school,
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
yeah.
you. Well, we were at my ranch in Texas, buddy of mine, Monty Criswell and Randy Rogers. We're sitting around. We weren't even really trying to, that song's about, it's about doing the do.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if, anyways, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And, 3 men in a room, we weren't trying to write a song about that.
Yeah.
But the way I've always written songs is the melody will let me know what the song should be about. Yeah, it kind of lets you, you start singing, I just mumble stuff over a melody, and the melody kind of came to me on the spot in the middle of writing another song. Mm-hmm. And so it just, the melody felt sexy. So I was like, well, I guess this has to be a sexy song. Let's pretend there's, our wives are in here. And they weren't, so we have a pretty good imagination. But
no, it's a great song. I love it. The whole album, I love that's why I was like, I would have never guessed that. Usually when things are, well, I guess there's two ways to look at it. Sometimes when things are done so quickly, it's like, oh man, we should have done this, like afterwards. But sometimes we overthink it, and it's nice when you just do it in the moment. So I guess that's what happened there.
I'm a first ballot Hall of Famer in the game of overthinking. So
yeah.
No question.
My own worst enemy. There you go. Yeah, my worst enemy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It was your brother, right, that got you into music?
It was, yes, ma'am.
Are you the youngest?
I'm the youngest.
Okay, I'm the youngest as well. I think we're all meant to.
There's something to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's something to that.
We're like, look at me, I'm still here.
That was back in the 1900s.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's what my kids say.
That was back in the 1900s right there.
My daughter's like, that was in the 1900s. And I'm like, shut up. I was like, don't say it like that. We had fire and we didn't ride horses well, some people did, but anyway. But I want to talk about this too. So I know, how did your brother influence you in getting into music?
I really don't know.
Was he into music?
He's 6 years older than me, and he had started playing guitar and writing songs super young when he was probably 15 or 16.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good. We were really excited
Nicely
to see
done.
that place.
Yeah. How young you are, I love it.
I was a baby. But I've said
the foreshadowing is pretty great, but keep going, sorry.
Well, I've said it for many times before, but he could have been ice skating, and I would have probably fallen in love with ice skating. I just wanted to do whatever Big Brother was doing. So.
Yeah. That's sweet.
It was Steve Earle and Townes Van Zandt and Guy Clark and Robert Earl Keen and all these great, tried and true songwriters. And I was 9, 10 years old and really identified with them very young. And there was no other kid. I'd go to school and talk about these guys and they'd all just
be like, who?
No other 10-year-olds.
That's my son at school, I know.
They didn't know who those guys were.
Yeah.
So, but I really identified with those guys really young, and my brother was really hard on me, like, hey, these are the guys we write songs like.
Yeah.
These are the guys that we look up to. These are the guys we study. So if it, had he not, for whatever reason, fallen in love with those guys at such a young age, I don't really know what I would have ended up doing.
Well, speaking of amazing people to look up to in a genre, you opened for George Strait.
Yes, ma'am.
What? If you're from Texas, he is like the king of country music. I mean, he's what I grew up on. Like, what was that like? I heard you talk to him before you went out on the road with him, right? Like,
a little
to get on
bit.
it?
We've played some golf together and stuff like that. But
played golf with George Strait? Shut up.
I did. He's really good, by the way.
Who cares either way?
He's really good. The only thing I could do was hit it further. Everything else he was a lot better at. But no, we played Kyle Field, which was the largest ticketed show in U.S. history.
Oh my God.
Which was actually on my birthday, of all days. So yeah, it was like 40 minutes from where I grew up.
Stars aligning.
Which is Kyle Field's Texas A&M's football field in College Station, Texas. So we had done that, and that was the first time. I think that was the first time I'd ever played with him, and then we ended up doing 7 or 8 stadiums with him last year, and it just. I don't know. What else do you do beyond that? I was kind of ruined. I'm like, there's nothing else that's going to fill my cup quite like that did. So
I love that your brother, when you were younger, instilled such a love for just that classic country riding, and I think that's such a cool thing to like see his younger brother like opening up for just one of the greatest at that,
The greatest.
Yeah.